Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 10 of C++ for Beginners. Now, previously we've gone over the if statement and also if, else, but there is another way to test a variable and check if it is equal to something. And this way, some people like to use this way, they think it's easier. I personally don't use this method as often, but it does come in handy when you have a lot of different options for a single variable. Instead of having to do a bunch of if statements, we can do something else. And I am talking about the switch statement. So first of all, we need to make a variable to actually test. So we are going to make int x, and we'll set this to 2. Now, here, I'm going to give some little space here. Now, we are going to make a switch statement. So the syntax for the switch is, first of all, we write the word switch with parentheses and curly braces. And inside the parentheses, we type the name of the variable that we would like to test. So since I made x earlier, we're going to test x. And in here is where we do all of our checking. So rather than doing a if x double equals sign 2, what we can do is we simply write the word case, then we write the number we want to check for. So we'll say in case x is 1, then we put a colon, click enter, and down here we write the code that we want to happen if x is 1. So for this, we'll just write out x is indeed 1, followed by a new line. And now this is very important. Right here, we need to write break, which basically tells the program that our little case thing is done. Otherwise, it would just keep running through, and we don't want that. So now let's make case 2, and we'll say x is 2, like that. New line, and we do a break, and we'll do another one, case 3, and we'll say cout x is a 3, and a new line and a break. Now that is how we check for specified numbers. Now, similar to if statements, the if statement has an else, which allows you to run something if none of the other statements are true. The switch has something very similar, but it is called default. And notice how on default we don't write a number like here. Here we write case 3. Default, we don't put a number because this runs if everything else was false. So we write cout the number was something different, new line, and you don't need to put a break in the default if it's at the very end, but I prefer to put a break right here. Now, we also need to do a cn.get so our program doesn't close. So let's run it right now, and we will see it prints out x is 2, because right here we declared x is 2. It goes into the switch and checks if x is 2, and if in case it is, it prints out x is 2. And the break is there because to tell the program to stop running, and if it wasn't there, it would go cout x is 2, and then it would continue going down, but we don't want that. So when it hits the break, it just exits the switch, so we don't waste time looking through everything else. So we'll close this. Let's make x equal to 1. Run this, and we'll say x is indeed 1. If we make it a 3, it's going to say x is a 3. And finally, if we make it something other than 1, 2, and 3, let's make it 1200. We run it, and it says the number was something different. And there you have it, folks. That is the switch statement for you. Like I said, I don't personally use it that much. I like the syntax of the if better, but you can use switch statements to do stuff very similar to the if statement. And that about wraps up this video, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.